선수만 바뀌었어요. 김혜령 선수. 그때는 아니고. 시즌 다섯 경기 남아서 4승 1패.
All right, I think I'm here. I'm not sure. Actually, I have 0. We'll see if we can get this going without sound. But yeah, so we're gonna wing it without the sound of anything. I have no idea what the Korean announcers are saying, so I do apologize for that. I can't get any sound anywhere for some reason. But anyway, so Toll Horse out on the mound, and the first pitch to Yoon Dong Hyun is fouled away, and we's be underway, ladies and gentlemen. So Yoon Dong Hyun leading off, not Park Chan-ho. LG in a bit of a free fall at this point. They have some issues. The main issue is they're losing when they really need to be winning, because slowly Hanwha is creeping back in this for a possible run at the championship, the regular season championship. Again, it is a massive, massive need to win the regular season championship in the KBO, due to the KBO having a bye all the way to the championship. So that one misses low, and it's 1-2. So, and the leadoff spot's hitting 352 with 3 home runs, which is obviously why he's up there in the leadoff spot. And that's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Ojiwan grabs it to throws, and 1 away. Well, again, I have no, for some reason, I have no sound at all, and I don't know why. So we're winging it. Feels a little weird that I can not hear the game. I can't hear the fans. I can't hear the chants or anything like that for some reason. But I think you guys can hear me. 1 away. Toller's on the mound. He's pitched well. His last game was an absolute clunker, but other than that, he's pitched well. That is. Can you hear now? As that's misses outside, and it's 1-0. All right. Yeah, I have because I have 2 sets of AirPods. I have one for the game and one for like sound and stuff. Yeah, whenever it goes from the TV to my ears, it'll catch it because it turns off the sound, and then but I have sound now in my ear, but I still don't have sound whenever I play actual some music or anything. I can see that it's registering, but I can't actually hear anything. So the 2-1 is in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. Oh, Park Chan-ho, 294 on the season, a 20-game hitting streak for him at the moment. We will be scoreboard watching as the 2-2. Did he go around? I don't think so. He did not, and we've got our first full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Like the sound that you guys, I assume you hear a crowd cheering, but I cannot hear that for some reason. And that's going to be a ground ball, but foul. Stays 3-2. Yeah, a little strange. I'll try to fix it after this bat. Is 3-2 pitch coming up, and that's way, way outside, and he walks the number 2 spot, who is a threat to steal. That's going to bring up the little guy, Kim Sun-bin. All right. Hopefully that fixes it. Checks over on. I'm gonna hit a little sound real quick and see if that changes it. If I can hear. All right, I can finally hear again. All is well again in the world. Uh, Tolhurst is pitched really well. He is 1-0. The biggest thing is Yang Hyun Jong has not pitched well at all. With an ERA of almost 5 in his 4 games against LG. So you have to think that LG gets the win. And that misses outside, ball 1. See if I have some of these Kia players' songs. And he goes, and that is way, way outside. So he is easily on second base. And it's 2-0. Good jump. Tolhurst not really paying attention over there at first base. And Park Chan-ho is into second without a throw. And that's in there for a strike, though, and it's 2-1. Oh, Tolhurst on the season. Again, he's pitched well except for his last game. His last game against QM, he took the loss. He's 4-1 in his 5 starts with a 1.86 ERA. He strikes out about 1 an inning. He throws really hard too, as that's going to be a ground ball. First baseman Dean grabs it underhand toss to Tolhurst, turns around and checks on the runner, but 2 away is Park Chan-ho. Heads on over to third base. A little PFP there for Tolhurst as he gets off the mound, and not the quickest off the mound. He realizes Austin is going to be taking that on a hard underhand toss about halfway in between first and second from Austin. Park Chan-ho rounded third just in case Tolhurst forgot about it, but he did not. And 2 away now. That brings up a Chae Hyung-woo. I do have some Chae Hyung-woo music. Yeah, now that's just misses inside, and it's 2-0. Tolhurst averages 150 with his fastball. One of the harder throwers, a pretty big guy. And then off that, he throws a forkball, which is just a split finger in Korea. And the 2-0 does catch the top of the zone, and it's 2-1. Also throws a cutter 17% of the time and a slider 11% of the time. I believe he also has a curveball, but doesn't feature it too often. And the 2-1 in low, and it's 3-1. A walk to Park Chan-ho, a ground ball moves him over after he steals a base. And he's got 3 balls on Chae Hyung-woo. And another 3-1 in there for a strike on the inside corner, and it's 3-2. 20 pitches now for Tolhurst in the first. That is not what any team wants from their starter. As far a high fastball. Anything over 150, a lot of Korean players are really late on. Is that ground ball to Shin Min Jae throws it over, and that's. I just saw that they had a runner on first with the, but that's the end of this inning, as nothing happens after the walk and stolen base, and we shall go to the bottom of thy first. Even if Kium does get up a couple runs, which is definitely possible, Moon Dong-ju, again, really struggles at the beginning of the game for some reason. Actually, I would say all 3 Hanwha right-handers struggle at the beginning in the first inning. Ponce, Weiss, and Moon Dong-ju all struggle at the first inning. But that Kium bullpen is so bad that even if they are up by, 3 or 4 runs, I don't think it's necessarily. That's what Jim. I had Hano on NC would be my two, but welcome anyway, even if we disagree. So Shinmin J will lead things off for LG. They do have their former leadoff hitter back in the lineup, or not in the lineup, but back on the team. Yesterday was his first day back after 4 months out with I believe, a knee ligament tear, but he is back. He is went 1 for 1 yesterday, pinch hits, got on base, and then immediately was taken out. Look around as there's the Terra right there. Terra in the backpacks at Jamshil. All right, Yun Hyun Jong out on the mound has not been having a good season at all. 4.47 ERA in 26 games, is 7-7. He's going to miss a 10-game winner again this year. Did miss it 2 years ago, but other than that, he's pretty much a consistent 10-game winner throughout his career in Gwangju. Did have a very brief stint with the old Texas Rangers, and then came back. Shinmin J, 313 on the season, settled in nicely in that leadoff spot in the absence of Hong Chang-gi, but looks at ball one up high. And it's 1-0. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's also up high, 2-1. 2-0. So the thing with Yang Hyun Jong is lefties have hit really, really well against them. Lefties have hit 303 against them with 3 home runs. Righties do have 6 home runs and are hitting 266, as that's in there for strike. And now it's 2-1. 130 hits, 50 RBIs, and 415 at bats. Still rocking the 51 on his helmet. That's Hong Chang-gi's number. Is the 2-1 in there at the very bottom outside corner, and it's 2-2. Yang Hyun Jong, not a hard thrower. 139 is what he averages with his four-seam fastball. Throws it almost 50% of the time, at 48.6% of the time. And then a change up off of that. The 2-2 is slapped foul and stays 2-2. So off of that, a 27% of the time, he's going to throw a changeup and then a slider 19% of the time, and then does mix in a curveball every once in a while. Going to throw about 5 of those a game at 5%, or 5.2 if you want to be exact. And another 2-2 pitch. That's going to be a chopper. Shortstop grabs it, throws way over the head of the first baseman, and that's is going to go down as an infield hit, an infield single, but it shouldn't be. Give him an infield single, but anyone in their right mind would call that an error. A good throw gets him easily. The ball was already hitting back behind the first baseman before he played for him last year. Again, they give him a hits, which is questionable on the best day in the world. Checks on over him again. Moon Sung Ju. I wonder how many errors these guys would have if they had an MLB score. All the pitchers would have ERAs around 250. Another ball there from Yang Hyun Jong. Runner on first, Shinmin J. LG likes to steal. I didn't say they steal well, but they do like to steal. As the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1-1 right down the middle. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch. Misses outside, 2-1. 안녕하세요. Hello, hello. All right, so the 2-1 pitch sets up on the outside, just above the thigh, and misses inside, 3-1. NC's already up 2-0. Jim is happy. As here comes the 3-1 pitch, sets up on the inside, but throws it over to first base instead. A gentle tap on the calf from Mr. Patrick Wisdom. Austin Dean on deck, the RBI machine himself. And the 3-1 is way up high. That's ball 4. That brings up Austin Dean with a chance to break this game out early. Pacciano looking himself as he knows that he had an error, despite that the official scorer has no business being in an official score. Austin at 286 in his career against the left-hander, 293 on the season, and that's in there for Shrike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Austin Dean got his hair sticking up through one of the holes in his helmets. Will be arrested by the fashion police once he gets back in the dugouts. And the 0-1 pitch misses outside, 1-1. As far as innings go, Yang Hyun Jong, 258 is what opponents hit against him in the first inning. The big thing is the middle of that lineup, 303 out of the 3. There we go. The camera making sure to pick up on my commentary is that's misses up high, 2-1. Apparently, the SBS Sports enjoying my commentary. They've probably got it video feed up in the truck, waiting for me to call things out because I see them before the actual guys do. That's a swing and a miss there, 2-2. Oh, we know they are. Austin athletes, no strikeouts, no home run, go as he jumps there as almost hits him in the feet, and that runs the count full. First full count of the day for LG. Third of the day already for this game. And the 3-2 is slapped foul. Stays 3-2. Still nobody out. Yesterday turned on one for a 2-run come from behind victory, but it was short lived. As here comes the 3-2 pitch. And that's rolled over, but foul. A little bobble there by the third base coach, but kept it in front of him, just like you're taught to in Little League. 18 pitches already for Yang Hyun Jong. He's yet to record an out. And the 3-2, he waited on it and waited on it, but fouls it. out of play. 19 pitches, 3-2 is the count once again. This year, Austin Dean 3 for 5 against Yang Hyun Jung. A little highlight on Pak Chan Ho, who still doesn't have an error despite throwing the ball all the way to the dugout. And the 3-2 sets up on the inside, and he spins around and makes Shin Min Jae head back to second base. Han Jun-soo back behind the plates for Kia today, not Kim Tae-gun. And we'll have another pitch, maybe, sometime. And 3-2 sets up right down the middle, and that's low, ball 4, and he walks the bases loaded, and still no outs, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I did wrong. I'm not sure, Stefan. I think that if he would have gone last year, he had a better year last year and left than he's having this year. All right, bases loaded for Moonbo Young. And a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Bases loaded, nobody out. A number 4 hitter in your lineup. The stuff you dream of whenever you're filling out the old lineup card. And the 0-1 sets up on the inside. Swing and a miss there, and it's 0-2. Throwing the hardest pitch he's thrown all season at a 143. On deck is Kim Hyun-soo. As here we go, the 0-2 sets up on the inside again, and that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman's going to toss it to the shortstop, throws to first, and that will be a 4-6-3 double play. But they get a run in, and they have to wait to the end of the season for the foreigners. As Moonbo Young grounds into the double play, but Shin Min Jae comes home. Moon Sung Ju heads on over to third base, and 2 away. That brings up Kim Hyun Soo, and he looks at ball 1 low, 1-0. Still can't believe they didn't give him an error on that. Yeah, another 1-0 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball up the middle, and that's going to score another one. As Moon Sung Ju comes in on the RBI single from Kim Hyun Soo. And it's a 2-0 LG. Jim is happy in Florida. He's probably dancing at work right now. And that brings up OG Wan, the shortstop, again, not having a very good season. Yeah, the one thing with foreigners, your first year, obviously there's a limit, as that's way up high, 1-0. There's a limit. The first year they can be signed for $1 million. The team has a $4 million window, or a $4 million foreigner salary cap. As the 1-0 pitch sets up on the outside, misses, but misses inside enough that he catches the inside corner, and it's 1-1. Then after that, after the first season, if you re-sign the player, the salary cap goes up $100,000 for every year that somebody's re-signed. Is that's in there for a strike on the outside corner this time, and it's 1-2. So like Austin is re-signed. This is his third year, so uh the LG foreigner salary cap is $4.3 million. As that's Mrs. Low 2-2. Off of that, the first year can only be a 1 year contract. After the first year, you can sign a multi-year contract. There's only one that I've ever heard of. That was Dixon Machado, the shortstop for Lotte. A swing and a miss on the inside there, and that's the first strikeout. But Yang Hyun Jong gives up a hit, gets a double play, but he gives up a run, and then another hit makes it a 2-0 LG. Rough inning there for Yang Hyun Jong. Yeah, not the start that Hanwha was expecting on the day. Kiyoom up by 1, LG up by 2, KT up by 1 against Samsung, and NC's up by 2 against Doosan. All of the higher seeded teams are winning except for Hanwha. I know Hanwha fans were expecting to be a game and a half back of LG today after the end of the day, but not the best start. Oh, Nasong Bomb, Wisdom, and Osanu, the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for the old Kia Tigres. A big thing they talked about the old LG Twin or the old Kia Tiger said that they're not going to spend a bunch of money on the team in the off season. That is not good for Kia fans, as Kia has 2 huge free agents in the off season, Park Chan Ho and Kim Hyung or Chae Hyung Woo. So they're going to have to spend some money if they want to keep them. Maybe they can only afford to keep one. And that's upstairs, ball 1. Who was partying too much? And the 1-1 pitch sets up right down the middle to Nasung Bomb, and that's fouled away. As that is fouled away. Oh, well, you know, they were all probably making their rounds, enjoying the spoils, but a lot of them, you know, a lot of the Korean fans are, you know, very like if they were doing well, they wouldn't have said anything. They wouldn't care. They're just looking for reasons. I mean, it, you know, could have something to do with that, but it could also have something to do with the last year's MVP played in what 30 games. I mean, their offseason signing of a foreigner really has not been great. Again, I didn't think Wisdom was the answer. I thought the position was the answer to grab a first baseman, a power hitting first baseman. But when he can't hit whenever the game is on the line, that's an issue. It's the 3-2 swing and a miss. First strikeout of the day for Tolhurst. And that's that high fastball that I said Koreans can't hit. That brings up the wisdom that we were just talking about, or at least I was. I mean, he's doing half of what he was brought here for with the that's a beautiful pitch on the outside, 153 fastball painting the corner. I mean, I can't be a fan of him. He was a Chicago Cub, hitting 240 on the season with 32 home runs. But again, I think he's hitting about a buck 50 in critical situations, as that's misses low 1-1. The issue for him, and this is, I talked about this in my preseason predictions. Again, I'll bring that up and share what I originally thought whenever before the season even started. LG wearing their Indianapolis sorry, the LG cheerleaders wearing their Indianapolis 500 uniforms. And the 2-1, a swing and a miss there as he is not able to get it at 152. Oh, here we go. So here we go. The 2-2 pitch catches him looking on the outside corner as the fastball freezes him. And two away on two strikeouts for Tolhurst. So my preseason prediction of Patrick Wisdom. Where we go? The 1 weak spot for Kia last year was first base, so they addressed it this year by signing Patrick Wisdom. Socrates Brito, the fan favorite, is done after 3 years in the league, so he and his song will be missed. Can Wisdom fill the hole at first base and provide decent enough offensive numbers to make up for Socrates' absence? That's a strike at the bottom of the zone. And I said I have my doubts about his ability to make contact in a league with a lot of off speed pitches based on his stats in the majors. Somebody hire me to do foreign recruiting. As that ground ball to Austin, he underhand toss to Tolhurst, steps on the bag, and that's 3 away, 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the second. So LG's up 2-0. Pretty solid inning there for Tolhurst, you have to say. Super quick, 1, 2, 3. Sitting at 35 pitches, 14 in that inning versus Yang Hyun Jong, who threw 31 in his first 30 pitches in his first inning. Elsewhere's around the league. QM still up 1-0, but Hanwha's got a runner over on first base after a bunt. And KT's up 1-0. Looks like it had to have been a solo shot. No. A walk and a hit by pitch, a walk and a single. Yeah, that's what he does. I did notice that old Kim Tae-yeon wasn't taken off the roster. They did take off Lee Sang-hyuk and brought in Kwon Kwang-min to give them somebody else that could play first base. All right, so Park Dong-won will lead things off for LG. Here in the bottom of the second, as I'm flipping through all my boxes and controls here, trying to get everything ready. Yeah, the fact that it didn't look again, I only saw what you sent me. I mean, it didn't look like there was blood everywhere as that runs inside. Ball 1-0. As here comes the 1-0 pitch. That song's a little low. As that's fouled away. 1-1. That song might be a little low. All right, here we go. The 1-1 pitch coming from Yang Hyun Jung sets up on the inside, and he turns on that one, and good Lord, is that ripped, but foul. Left fielder took 2 steps and was like, ain't nobody catching that. Stefan, you going to the game on Monday? Or tomorrow, I guess? And another 1-2. Fouled away. Stays 1-2. No, 31 pitches in that first inning from Yang Hyun Jung. He gave up 2 singles, 1 questionable, a couple walks, a double play, and strikeouts. Let's get to that put on the old board. All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch. Sets up with his glove on the ground, and that's is way low. 2-2. And the 2-2 this time catches him looking on the outside. He should have bought a ticket. Swinging at a bunch of balls, not swinging at the strikes. That's in 2 weekends, the last weekend of the regular season. As Park Dong-won goes and sits down, gonna probably try to read up on what the strike zone is. They finally did score again. Nothing I would be worried about at all. As Kim Hyun Jong steps in. Yang Hyun Jong versus Kim Hyun Jong. Kim Hyun Jong hitting a very robust 0 on the season. First start of his season. And the 1-0 misses way inside at 2-0. Yeah, that game will be very difficult to get tickets for. As that's Mrs. Low, 3-0. Yeah, especially if it does end up being the last game of the season, just because if that is the case, that means they'll have like a fireworks show. They usually have like a thing about the new players, like the guys that they just signed, is that's in there for strike 3-1 now. So there'll be a lot of events and things going on. Yeah, another 3-1 misses up high. Ball 4, and he walks another one. This time, the number 8 hitter who has 0 hits on the season. That brings up Pakeni, Spider-Man out there in center field. He will get a chance to bat here with one out in the second inning. Yeah, swing and a miss there. 0-1. Minus the fact that Yang Hyun Jong has been doing it for years. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, sets up on the outside, and he waits on it, so it fouls it away. It's 0-2. Oh, Pake means little boy in the middle of the old huddle. And he slaps the bat out. Third baseman over in foul territory. Shortstop calls him off at the last minute, and that will be out number 2 on the foul pop up to the old shortstop. Flips the lineup back over for 2 outs. He has it because of the fact that he's throws hard and the fact that he is wild. No idea. 몰라요. 근데 어떤 색 잘 몰라요. All right. Misses way up, and that's ball 1. 그런데 한화는 줄무늬 유니폼도 있어요. 그 이글스 유니폼. 그 유니폼 한화 유니폼 중 제일 좋아하는 유니폼이에요. That's in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Dirt looks real wet. 나중에 All right, the 2-0 pitch to Shin-Min Jae, already on base once with a run scored, and checks over, and he kind of flops back. Again, it looks muddy. Like I said, Stefan, I wouldn't worry about that game at all. As the 2-0 pitch, that's going to be right back up the middle. Is he going to round? He is going to round second, but he's going to head back. And Shin-Min Jae has his second hit of the day in the second inning. That brings up a Moon Sung-ju with runners on first and second now. Moon Sung-ju walked and scored a run just last inning. It looks at ball 1 way up high, 1-0. 48 pitches already for Yang Hyun Jong. I do know. I don't know about his number, but I do know he threw a big fit about not having the number he wanted or something his first year. As Moon Sung-ju turns on it, but to Na Sung Bom under it, and that's will be 3 away. They leave 2 more on after a walk and a single. We'll go to the 3rd inning. It's 2-0 LG. Leaving a couple on. Leaving a couple on. Doesn't look like Hanwha is going to keep that lead for very long, though. "49 pitches and 19 in that inning." Ouch. Second and third, nobody out. And as long as it's within 4 runs, as in that game, I think I would be just fine. Yeah. No, I haven't seen him. He may be watching and playing video games. That's an often thing. He did send a message, so he's obviously watching, or not watching this, but watching something. All right, so we back at top of the 3rd inning, not the 4th. I have to change that real quick. All right, to top of the 3rd inning here. Yeah, I said, I mean, just a matter of time. Sacrifice fly, I assume. All right, Hanjun Soo steps in. Number 8 hitter, hitting 230 on the season, and that is a sweet looking swing, but it's a fly ball to center field. Pake mean under it for 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Coming up with a number 9. Jim is all over it. Jim is actually at the stadium. That or he's from the future, one of the two. All right, Kim Ho Young steps in and looks at strike 1 up in the zone, and it's 0-1. No, he took Twins and Dinos. Yeah, this is the 0-1 pitch, a curveball that forgot to curve, and it's 1-1. Mm, 1-1 sets up down and just misses outside at 2-1. Kim Young has 6 home runs already on the season, a 291 at bat, so about half the season. It took over pretty much after Chaewon Jun was traded to NC, as the 2-1 is in there for a strike at the top of the zone. Well, Hanwha hasn't gotten a playoff spot yet, though. As the 2-2 way up high, 3-2. 4th full count of the day already for Kia. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and now 1 here in the 3rd. Yeah, as the 3-2 pitch sets up on the outside, and that catches the top of the zone, and he will turn around, head back to the dugout, and think about what he didn't do. And 1 away. 2 away. Sorry. Need a faster tablet. 2 away now. Third strikeout of the day for Tolhurst. Yoon Dong Hyun will step in. He 6-3 ground out to start the game. Nice, beautiful slider there. And sets up on the outside. Catches that inside corner. Nowhere near where he attempted to throw or where the catcher was set up, at least. But with the old ABS system, it's a strike if it goes through the strike zone. And now the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss there. Might have gotten a piece of that. 0-2. Yeah, so you got Saturday through Sunday. Yeah, so basically, if NC loses or Hanwha wins any game, they tie it or they clinches. That is off the bottom of the wall. Kim Do-yeon is going to round first, head into second, and he is in there with a 2 outs double and the first hit of the day for Kia. Ba-da-da. That brings up a Pak Chan Ho. And fouled away. Oh, no. Hopefully they haven't copyrighted any of these songs since last year. Yeah, the 0-1 pitch hits him in the shoulder. Curved right into his shoulder. And now you've got runners on first and second with 2 outs. Brings up old Kim Sun-bin. I have a feeling that Hanwha game is going to take forever. Yeah, they're all so. There's, from my understanding, there's some that are kind of original for each team. None of them are original. They're all tunes or things from an actual song. Where they just kind of get the rights to. They had a big problem a few years ago, as that's in there for a strike. A few years ago, they cut out the walkout songs and the cheer songs because apparently they never had the rights to use them. So they had to. Then they scrapped all of the walk-up songs. And brought back the cheer songs, but they had to change some of them as tries to backpick what the first base coach is closer to the bag than Austin Dean is. And so then they got the rights to different music, and that's why they have walk-up songs again. Yeah, pretty much. My understanding is that's why the NC guy was released, as that's filed away. Again, I don't know exactly why, and I'm going about what I heard. I heard that the NC cheer captain was released in the cheer squad because they were using copyrighted music or something. I don't know exactly. And maybe there's a Korean listening in here that can explain it a little bit better. But here we go, the 2-2 pitch, and that's ground ball, but it's foul. Nice backhand by the third base ball boy, ladies and gentlemen. What a play over there. Making the backhand play off of the tarp cover. We're not even going to get a chance to see it. 349 on the season from Kim Sun Bin with runners in scoring position. Late inning defensive replacements over at third base for some teams. As the 2-2 sets up on the outside in the dirt, runs the count full, 3-2. Another full count. 6 full counts on the day for Kia. And sets up right down the middle this time. And that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop is going to have to go over to first base. He does. And that will be 3 away. Double and a hit by pitch, but Tollers gets out of it again. We'll go to the bottom of the third. It's 2-0 LG. Leaving it 2 on. They've left 3 on already. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It is gonna be a brutal one to watch. At least it's nice out again. You know, it's not ridiculously hot or anything. So that's at least tolerable weather. I get my buttons all changed. LG will have their 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up here in the bottom of the third. Stefan, did you get regular TV hooked up in the new apartment yet? All right, here we go. Austin, ding, 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 ding. Ball one up high, 1-0. Misses inside at 2-0. I wonder how, Jim, is that one of the sites that actually gives you like English translations on the screen? Another 2-0 pitch. Runs inside. Yeah, that's I know the betting sites frequently have English transitions or translations on the main screens. And 3-0 counts. Austin Dean walked in his first at bats and looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone, and it's 3-1. Can you watch all the games at once, or are you limited to just 1 or 2? Yeah, another 3-1 pitch sets up on the outside, and that does miss again. Now Austin Dean will head to first for the second time today via the walk. Because I know Soup, you can have all 5 games going, or at least that's what I was told. This year they made a change. I wonder how good the translations are because they've got to be AI. Because I wonder how much that side is delayed behind Soup. Stefan, I think I've watched, I think I've used TVing to watch maybe 1, maybe 2 games ever. I use it every once in a while to watch a game that's interesting while I'm laying in bed or whatever. But there's a Moonbo Young, a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. Moonbo Young 0 for 1 on the day, 4.63 groundouts, or double play groundouts. Yeah, there's some that are just like, what? All right, the 0-1 pitch. This is outside, 1-1. I know. uh, I was. I have to renew my visa next month, so I was ordering all of my documents, and my that swing and a miss there by Moonbo Young. I was trying to. It was set up to automatically translate to English, and I had to turn it back to Korean because I couldn't understand. I didn't know what the translations were. I was like, "What is that?" And the 1-2 pitch sets up on the inside. He holds up, and it's 2-2. Yeah, sounds about right. And then you get hungry. Although the KBO announcers are pretty bad, they could be talking about chicken soup. As that's misses up high, 3-2. Runs the count full, second full count of the day for LG. Austin Dean walked on a full count back in the first inning. He's on first now with Moonbo Young with a full count. And the 3-2 pitch sets up right down the middle, and that one is way up high as he walks another one. He's walked the first 2 batters to put runners on first and second with nobody out. Thank you, whoever's doing that. That's common. I think that's a common thing to have conversations. Like, I mean, I talk about things that have nothing to do with baseball. 60 pitches for Yang Hyun Jong. He's already given up 5 walks. He's a guy that doesn't walk too many. 50 walks in 137 innings. That's up high to Kim Hyun Soo and another ball. Just on cue, they show you that they are indeed 5 walks. They have to be listening to my broadcast, Stefan, as that is going to be ripped and drop right in front of Nasung Bom. Austin Dean is going to hold up at third, and Kim Hyun Soo is on base for the second time with another single. That leaves the bases loaded again with nobody out for OG Wan. Second time today in 3 innings, they've had the bases loaded with nobody out because of a single and 2 doubles. Back in the first inning, Shin-Min Jae led off the game with a questionable single. A couple walks loaded the bases. Then this inning, a couple walks to Austin Dean and Moonbo Young has loaded the bases after the Kim Hyun Soo single. Austin Dean couldn't round third hard because he had to wait to make sure that the ball did drop in front of Nasung Bom. But OG1 steps in. He is 0 for 1 on the day. And that misses up high, ball one. It is not Kim Hyun Soo, despite what your score bug says up in the top. With the on the season 438 with the bases loaded for OG1. His career, or sorry, yeah, does have one grand slam, as that one is a strike right down the middle, and it's 1-1. OG1 struck out back in the first inning to end the first inning. And on the 1-1 pitch, misses low, ball two, 2-1. Wish they could throw a career stat up there. Hong Chang-gi swinging the bat there. I might pinch hit for Kim Hyun Jong, I imagine. As the 2-1 pitch sets up right down the middle, and that misses up and in, 3-1. OG1 is not the walking type. 13th in the league in strikeouts. 40 walks on the season. With the bases loaded. Let's see. As that is going to be not a home run, but that is going to score at least one. Nasung Bom is going to come up throwing. He is going to throw over to seconds, and it's going to be cut off. And OG1 comes up with a 2 RBI single. And LG adds to their lead. It's now 4-0. That's a moves Kim Hyun Soo over to third base, and OG1 will hang out at first base, where they're probably going to have a change in the pitcher. That'll be it for Yang Hyun Jong. We'll have our first pitching change on the day. 4-0 already. Park Dong-won will come up to bat. Rough day for Kia as they see their playoff hopes slipping away. As far as magic numbers, Kia, their elimination number, their tragic number is 11. They can be eliminated by Samsung. Samsung is currently up 3-2 on Kia or KT. Yeah, finally. It's still getting up there during the day. It's still getting up there to, low 30s, which is about 90 degrees or so. But it's not quite nearly as humid, and the night times are cooling down. Now you start freezing. I start enjoying my life again. The Kim Gi-hoon coming out onto the mound for Kia. Second pitcher of the day for them. He'll have runners on first and seconds with nobody out, or first and third with nobody out. And he is really Yang Hyun Jong really struggled against LG on the season. At 4 games, he had a 4.91 ERA. That is just going to get worse. He is still responsible for the runners on first and third. Kim Bi-hoon comes in 4.02 ERA in 15 games, 1-1 on the season, but only 15.2 innings in those 15 games. So, yeah, you're going to have to deal with that. It's going to be a rough game as Pak Dong-won helps him out by swinging at what probably would have been a strike anyway. And it's 0-1. 3 for 7 against Kim Gi-hoon in his career is the old Big Tuna with 2 doubles. And the 0-1 checks over an OG1 over at first. Yeah, I think that, but 0-1, a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-2. The one thing that I would worry about in terms of Hanwha's standpoint is Hanwha really doesn't have a lot of postseason experience. They have a lot of younger guys, and then their veterans don't have a lot of postseason experience either, as the 0-2 misses way, way up high. Like you think about guys like Sona Sup played years and years for Lotte, who never made the playoffs. You got guys like Cheon Sung, who played for LG when LG wasn't very good. You have An Chi Hong, who played for years for Kia when they were going through some stuff, and then played for Lotte when they were never made the playoffs. As that's popped up, Pak Chan Ho out into the grass, makes the catch, and 1 away. And then you got, obviously Hanwha has Ponce and Weiss. Moon Dong-ju is kind of iffy. He has really good games. He has really bad games. Same with Yu Hyun Jin. It's, it do have to kind of worry about those things, but we've got Hong Chang-gi. Looks like he's going to pinch hit for Kim Hyun Jong, kind of like I said. One of the best songs in the business, ladies and gentlemen. Get your ears ready. Yeah, they changed it back this year, Jim. It used to be 2-2-3. So it was 2-3-2 for years. So it was 2-3-2 for years. Then teams were complaining that they could never win their championship at home because they were winning in the 5th game. So they changed it to 2-2-3. So not only do you get a month off to rest your starters, line up your starters, then you get 5 home games to 2 home games. It's ridiculous. But anyway, Hong Chang-gi, this is the first time I've seen him since he got injured. And that's misses up high, ball 1-0. Hong Chang-gi did, again, pinch hit yesterday, 1 for 1. I believe 4 months he was out. So one of the best leadoff hitters in the league. Sees a lot of pitches, doesn't strike out, makes great contact. As the 1-0 pitch misses in the dirt. 2-0. And so LG has been in first place on the season without the best leadoff hitter in the league. If I could change the playoff, I would make it wild card. Wild card plays 4 and 5 play a 1-game playoff. There's the 2-0 in there for a strike, and it's a 2-1. And then I would have the winner of that game plays against the number 1 team, and the 2 and 3 play against each other. And then obviously the winner of that plays in the Korean series. Yeah, as the 2-1 pitch sets up on the outside, puts throws over to first. I just hate I hate the way it's set up because for there's yeah, I get it. You want to like, oh, well, you won the championship. Is the 2-1 runs up and in a 3-1. I get, they put more emphasis on winning the regular season, but at that point they've put too much emphasis on winning the regular season. Right. Like that's the thing is like there's a there it's okay, give the whoever wins the championship or wins the regular season advantage, but to just a free ride to the to the championship is ridiculous. As lifts that one up, a left fielder under it though, as Kim Yun Soo is going to be trying to come home. He tags up. He is not very fast, but he is fast enough to score as Hong Chang Gi gets the sacrifice fly to left and adds another one to the scoreboard. And it's now 5-0. Got it up and outs far enough. And yeah, if you want to, like, if you want to run the championship team all the way, like, they get a, like, you could do 5 versus 2, 2 versus, or 5 versus 2, 3 versus 4, and have them, and then have them a game or 2 series, and then the winner of those series, and then they get to play the championship team. But yeah, I don't like that it's one game, 1 series at a time. Is it's not only is it's the issue is the free pass to the championship, but also my other concern is they keep complaining about the season is going too long and going into November. Well, yeah, that's because you're trying to have 5 series. They could cut a week out and always finish before the end of October if they did this. Yeah, see, here comes a Pake Min that looks at a strike right down the middle. It may not. Let me. It's like I've got a lot of fixing to do. As the 0-1 he goes, and ooh, I think they're gonna recheck that. So I have. So I'm gonna show you something real quick. I'm trying to figure out what button. So everything is connected, but uh, we're gonna have a video replay here. So I'm gonna show you something. This one says 6-5. Now this one says 5. So I hit the buttons, they just didn't show up. I think he's out. I think he's out. He is, and that will end the third inning. Oh, we'll go to the fourth, but it's 5-0 LG. Jim, good choice not taking Kyo or not taking Hana. Like I said, Moon Dong-ju is like really good or really bad. He is real rough. But he also very different from home or away. Home, he has an ERA of 4. On the road, he has an ERA of 2. So he's 6-0 on the road, but he's 5-3 at home. So a big difference for Moondong Ju between home and road. I guess maybe they need to start sending him to a just a sec, gotta write down some stuff. Maybe they need to start sending him to a hotel the night before he has to pitch. I think there's a lot less distractions. That's I think what the big thing is. All right, to get my stuff all fixed and situated. Tolhurst back out on the mound. He'll face a 4-5-6. First pitch from Chae Hyung-woo is a foul away. All right, Chaewon Young in left field now. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think Hong Chang-gi is able to run the bases. And the 1-2 rolled over. Austin Dean will grab it. Underhand toss to Tolhurst, and another 3-1 putout. Third 3-1 putout of the day for Tolhurst and Austin. Brings up a Na Sung Bum, one of the oldest songs in the league. And that misses up high, ball one. Yeah. And it looks like Kium is cruising too. And tomorrow is not exactly an easy thing for Hanwha, as that's misses up high, 2-0. Oops, wrong side. Because tomorrow, I believe Kium will have Alcantara pitching versus Jung Woo Ju, as the 2-0 pitch is slapped foul. Of the finals or of the league? Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Sets up right down the middle, misses inside, and it's 3-1. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I usually don't. So up until this season, I only watched Hanwha. So I never watched the playoffs. As that is popped up, shortstop out onto the grass. Under it's, man, 102 away. So last year was the first year I really have ever watched the finals, the Korean series, because I was streaming it. I had watched a couple times. I'd catch a game here and there, but honestly, Jim, by by October, I'm pretty burnt out of because I was going to 70, 80 games a season. If I wasn't going to the games, I was streaming. As that is misses up high to Wisdom. Wisdom 0 for 1 on the day. I was just so busy with baseball, basically a second job, as that is fouled away 1-1. Yeah, and because I like when I had season tickets, I would be at every home game, and if it wasn't a home game, I would be streaming. As Wisdom gets under that one a little bit too much, Pake Mean running in under it, and 3 away. Another 1-2-3 inning for Tolhurst. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It's all LG. They still got Moondong Ju in, or do they finally take him out? Who came in? Kim Jong Soo or Jo Non Nook? One of those two. Kim Jong Soo or Jo Non Nook? Yeah. Pretty sad that I'm not even watching the game and I can guess that. LG is going to have a 9-1-2 coming up here in 6 pitches, 2 runs. Again, like I said, I wouldn't. That Hanwha bullpen is not trustworthy. They, especially with the amount of left-handed hitters in the KBO, they really don't. They have Kim Bum Soo. That's the only guy and the only left-hander I would trust in that bullpen. I personally wouldn't be trusting Han Sung Hyuk, Pak Sang Won. Late innings, they're too. They've just pitched so much in the last couple years. But looks like Kim Gi-hoon is still out there. We'll see if he's still on the mound. It says he's still on the mound, but who knows? Bottom of the fourth and 9-1-2 coming up. Yep, he is still out there. And Pake Min bunts it into the stands. It was so far. And it's 0-1. They're sitting at 66 pitches, so not too terrible. Second and fourth innings have been 1-2-3 innings with 14 pitches and 12 pitches. Is the 0-1 pitch that is slapped away foul. Hey, Arpo. Where's Mary Kate? Is the 0-2 swing and a miss. He was trying to swing and be on first at once. Kim Sung Yoon, really? How many home runs does he have on the season? I just don't see him or Kim Gi Chan as home run hitters. All right, Shinmin Jae steps in. He's 2 for 2 on the day and rolls over on that one, but it's foul. Singled in the first inning, came around to score the first run of the game, and then singled in the second inning. leading a second baseman with a 3.79 ERR WAR. He just continues to play well. And the 0-1 catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-2. Kim Gi-hoon with a long, slow, deliberate windup. I would be drag bunting up the first base line with Kim Gi-hoon on the mound, because when he comes through with his delivery, he is so off balance that he's fallen hard towards the right or the third base foul line. Shinmin Jae drag bunts up the first base line. That's in there for a strike as he catches him looking, and 2 away. March through February. So they usually have, it starts March 1st or March 2nd, because March 1st is a holiday. So March 2nd through usually July. Then August, they're usually off for about a month. And then that's in there for a ball below the zone. Then they'll have usually the end of December will be their last week. And then they are off for a few weeks, maybe up to a month. And then they go back a couple weeks in February, and then they have a couple more weeks off in February. Yeah. Did he get an out? All right. Moon Sung Ju, 0 for 1 on the day, walked and scored a run, and then flew out to right field. Fouls that one away, and it's 1-2. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sets up way, way outside. Misses this spot, though, and that's going to be slapped. But the left fielder, Osonu, makes the catch. And ladies and gentlemen, LG goes 1-2-3 for the first time today. We'll go to the fifth. It's 5-0 LG. He's stalking you, Stefan. Ding. That's how they get you, Stefan. That South African flag. I feel like it's this is taking way too long to get the game back. I'm gonna predict that we're gonna miss the first pitch here. I just have this weird feeling that we're missing something. But no, Tolhurst out on the mound, still 66 pitches. Osonu, he'll have the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up here in the fifth inning. Tolhurst in the 5th inning. 200 is what they're hitting against him. Out of all the batters, though, the number 7 hitter in the lineup is hitting the best against them. Not there as the swing and a miss as the ball drops down into the dirt and it's 0-1. All right, the 0-1 pitch sets up on the inside, but misses outside, but it does catch a piece of the corner and it's 0-2. Osanu, one of the 3 guys that have grounded to Austin, who tosses to Tolhurst over at first. 0 for 1 with the 3-1 to groundouts back in the second inning. That is the strikeouts looking on the outside. Just a straight up fastball on the outside corner catches him looking for the 4th strikeout of the day for Tolhurst, and 1 away. And that is ripped right to Austin Dean. He says, I'll take it to myself, and 2 away. Tolhurst giving the old bullpen a little bit of a rest. Only 70 pitches so far. Kim Young steps in. He struck out looking back in the 3rd inning. And the 0-1, a swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt, and it's 0-2. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Sets up high at the letters on the outside corner. And that's going to be a ground ball through the right side. And the 2nd hit of the day for the old Kia Tigres. And still 2 outs, though. Flips the lineup back over to the top to Yundong Hyun. He's the other hit on the day. I don't know what you're talking about, Jim. Yundo Hyun backs off as that one almost hits him on the hands, and it's a 1-0. Yeah, the only team I don't have a sound for is, well, obviously LG, because what's a twin? And then I don't have any sounds for Hanwha. As the 1-0 pitch sets up on the outside, but it's right down the middle. But a stolen base from Kim Young. Once again, they're not even paying attention to the base runners. It's like if Lotte's playing, I got some seagulls. This is my normal sound for Hanwha. And the 1-1 pitch right down the middle again, and it's a 1-2. Every once in a while, every time they bunt, and here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside. slaps it foul, and it stays 1-2. And I always this one a lot. Every time they made an error. Yeah, another one too is a fouled back again, and it's 152 on the gun, but it's foul, and we'll have another 1-2 pitch. 안녕하세요, 고양이 찌기. All right, the 1-2 pitch once again. It looks like he's setting up over in the left-handed batter's box. He slaps the bat at it. Min coming in under it in center field, and that will be 3 away. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. It's all LG. Yeah, is it within 5? And my thought was, as long as it's within 4 or 5, they should be okay. Kia is 0 for 4 with runners on base, 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. That is difficult to win a game when you don't get a hit when anybody's on base. Only 79 pitches for Tollhurst. Austin Dean will come out. I assume we'll have a new pitcher for Kia, but maybe they'll keep Kim Gi-hoon out there. He did just have a 1-2-3 inning, but he's only in 15 games. He's only thrown 15 innings. So the fact that he's now going into his 3rd inning, we'll see if they decide to chance it or see if they've got Austin's a righty, and then Moonbo Kyung, Kim Hyun-soo, Oh-ji Won, all lefties. So they may just go and chance it. We'll see in just a second. Nope, he's still out there. 21 pitches from him. He'll face Austin Dean. Austin Dean 0 for 0 on the day. Walked in his first at-bat, walked in his second at-bat, came around to score. 293 on the season, and that misses inside. Ball 1. Austin second on the team with a 418 WAR. And he did miss a month with some back issues. Is the 1-0 in the dirts, and now it's 2-0. And the 2-0. As that misses low, 3-0. Austin Dean trying to head to base, the first base for the 3rd time. And the 3-0 right down the middle, and it's 3-1. Taking all the way. And that is in the dirts, and he is on base at first for the 3rd time today via the walk. 3 at-bats, 3 walks. just blowing up that on base percentage. All right, Moonbo Young is stepping in. Left-handed batter walked in his last at bat. Misses way up high. Why are they not Mujok? Another 1-0. Misses low and outside. They're in first, right? Looks like they're invincible. All right, here we go. The 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss on ball 3, and it's 2-1. I was up at his eyes, but he still swung at it anyway. All right, the 2-1 pitch sets up on the outside. And that's in there for a strike at 2-2. No. Kim Gi-hoon is Kia's second pitcher. Yang Hyun Jong was the starter. He went 2+ innings, but loaded the bases to and then gave up 2 RBI single to OG Won, and then Kim Gi-hoon came in to take over. Next weekend I should do both games. It's possible that I won't, but most likely. As the 2-2 pitch runs inside, stays 2-2. Next week will probably be one game Hanwha, maybe Hanwha and KT, and then the next day Samsung and KT. Is that swing and a miss, and out number 1. Yeah, most likely Samsung and KT on Sunday. Possibly that I could do Kia and INSEE, and then either Hanwha and KT on Saturday or Samsung and LG on Saturday. But I don't know. I have to wait for the pitching matchups. It was Kim Hyun-soo fouls that one away. He is 2 for 2 on the day. RBI single back in the first inning to put LG up 2-0, and then a single back in the third inning. Came around to score on the sacrifice fly by Hong Chang-gi. 2 for 2 on the day for the old man. And rolls over that one. Second baseman is going to grab it. A shorthand toss to the shortstop, and the throw to first. Not in time. And the 4-6 puts 2 away and puts Kim Hyun-soo over on first base. That brings up OG Won. Yeah, I mean, there could be, there's a very good chance that there could be a doubleheader on Saturday or Sunday. There's OG Won. Swing and a miss on an ugly looking swing. Struck out in the first inning. 2 RBI single back in the third, but then was caught stealing. As here comes the 0-1 pitch, sets up on the outside, misses inside and low, 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch fouls that one. Left fielder giving chase, but it gets out of play, and it's 1-2. Well, that all depends on who is, if there's any rainouts or anything, too, though. One two pitch sets up on the outside, rolls over, but it's foul, and it stays 1-2. Kia has to be impressed with Kim Gi-hoon here. Again, he came in the third inning with obviously some issues with Kia starter Young Hyung Jong, but he has pitched well here in relief so far to keep the game as close as it is. These 2.2 innings, he's given up 0 hits, just 1 walk. And the 1-2 in the dirt, and it's 2-2. To be able to get to 3 innings out of him without him giving up a run is going to be a massive, massive accomplishment for Kia's bullpen. Yeah, he should have retired last year. He'll come back next year for one last year, a retirement tour. As the 2-2 pitch sets up on the outside, that's in the dirts. Runs the count full, 3-2. Third full count of the day for LG. They've walked in all 3 of them. Yeah, he is a major leaguer. And the 3-2 pitch that is lifted, and that might be trouble going back. Kim Ho-young, and that is off the bottom of the wall. He grabs it, a great bounce, but that is going to be an RBI double as Kim Hyun-soo comes around from first base, unhooked the piano, and LG adds another one as Oh Ji-won just barely misses the 2-run shot. And Kim Hyun-soo was off on the races as soon as that ball was hit with the 2 outs. Full counts, 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. He's easily going and is able to score. Kim Ho-young almost overran it. It hit the bottom of the wall, and it bounced right into his glove. Otherwise, Oh Ji-won might have been in hanging out at home plate with Kim Hyun-soo with an inside the park home run. But the lucky stab and keeps it 6-0. First pitch is way up high to Park Dong-won. Here, Park Dong-won looks at ball 2. Surprised he's not swinging at that. RBI double from Oh Ji-won as the 2-0 in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Tiebreaker for what? And the 2-1 pitch misses up high. 3-1. Harpo, what are you talking about? And the 3-1 catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 3-2. Fourth full count of the day, second straight full count for LG. LG has been on base with every single full count today. Couple walks, and then the RBI double just in the last at bat by OG Juan. And the 3-2 swing and a miss. That ends the inning, and that ends the fifth. We'll take a little bit of a break. We'll be back in just a few for the rest of this game. right, we're back. Tolhurst out on the mounds too. Park Chan-ho leading things off for Kia. A little change, lowered his bats, straightened up a little bit. And the 2-1 way up high, 3-1. Park Chan-ho on the day. Been on base both times. Walk and a stolen base back in the first and hit by a pitch in the third. Yeah, another 3-1 is fouled away. Runs the count full, 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch, he turns on it, lifts it, but foul. Almost hit the old Hanwha fan in attendance. But it stays 3-2. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, we'll have another 3-2 counts. That one is a slapped foul the other way. 8th pitch of this at bats. Tolhurst on the day, 21 in the first, 14, 19, 12, and 13. He's had a couple 1, 2, 3 innings. Never really been in too much trouble as that one has lifted up. But Pake Min going back and under it for another out. That's one away. Brings up number 3 hitter, Kim Sun-bin. Kim Sun-bin, a couple ground outs on the day. 3-1 ground out back in the first, a 6-3 ground out in the second. All right, here we go. Kim Sun-bin looks at strike one, just catches the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Tolhurst now at 88 pitches. He can throw 100 pitches. As far as the 6th inning, opponents hitting 182 against him in the 6th inning as that one misses outside, 1-1. He has gone to the 7th once. Opponents hitting 143 against him in the 7th inning. His big trouble spots are the 2nd and the 4th inning, where he went 1, 2, 3 today. As the 1-1 pitch to Kim Sun-bin. That's going to be a chopper. Shortstop grabs it, throws across the diamond, and that's 2 away. Oops, wrong side. And that brings up a Che Hyung-woo. In there for a strike. "91 pitches for Tolhurst. Only 2 hits for Kia on the day as that one misses inside. Had a double back in the 3rd inning, a 2-out double, then a hit by pitch. Had a walk in the 1st inning, and then also a 2-out single in the 5th inning by KBO Young. As here comes the 1-1 pitch. Rolled over, but it's foul, and it moves to 1-2. One-two pitch puts the glove on the ground and throws it way outside at 2-2. 94 pitches now for Tolhurst. I do not know what his most pitches are. I did not look that up this morning when I was preparing for the game. Sorry about that. Yeah, and the 2-2 swing and a miss at the high fastball. And that will be the end of the 6th for Kia. And this should be the end of the day for Tolhurst. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-0. LG. Lots of scoring today. Good Lord. Kia's up 9-7 with threatening for some more. 9-7 runners on first and second with just 1 out. LG obviously up 6-0 here. Samsung's up 6-2 in the top of the 7th. KT's got a runner on first with 1 out, and then NC's also up 6-0. That one is in the bottom of the 7th though. Is NC is up. So Tolhurst should be done on the day, back to his old winning ways. Ends up throwing at 95 pitches, gives up 2 hits, 2 walks. One of those was a hit by pitch, 5 strikeouts. Obviously, no runs, which means none of them are earned either. LG will have their 8-9-1 hitters coming up here in the bottom of the 6th. I assume we're going to have a new pitcher. We are. Han Jae Sung will come in to pitch for Kia. Han Jae Sung was one of the guys that's Kia got in that trade. Yeah, it's going to be Beetle. 6.67 ERA in 31 games for the right-hander. Chaewon Young getting his first at-bat of the day. Looks at strike one on the inside. 290 on the season for the usual defensive replacements. Yeah, and that is in the dirt. 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch, he turns on it, but pulls it foul, and it's 1-2. No, 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 no. I got to go walk by all the Hanwha fans that are just carrying their jerseys because they're losing. And another 1-2 is a foul away. Where's Mary Kate? It would be my first game into this season. The 1-2. That is going to be a liner, a jumping catch by Kim Sun Ben. Used all 5'4" as he makes the jumping catch. Park Min now. It does not, Jim. As he wouldn't have had to jump so high if he wore a uniform that fit him. All right, the 1-0. 네, 맞아요. All right. As here comes the 2-0 pitch. Park Min looks at to strike one on the inside, and it's 2-1. 네, 제 컴퓨터 소리 필요하지 않아요. 그래서 괜찮아요. All right, here we go. The 2-1 pitch sets up on the outside once again, and a swing and a miss. 2-2. 3 runs. Stefan, you're going to have to go to work before this game even finishes. All right, here we go. The 2-2 pitch to Park Min sets up on the outside just below the belt and misses just outside, runs the count full, 3-2. Park Min 0 for 2 on the day. Popped up foul into the shortstop, and then a strikeout at his last at bat. 3-2 count here, the 5th full count of the day for LG. Sets up on the outside just above the knees, and a swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Park Min as he will slowly walk back to the dugouts with 2 outs. See, Kia has retired the Peaky dance. And Shin-Min Jae, first pitch, lifts that one left, going, but foul. Shin-Min Jae, 2 for 3 on the day, does have 1 home run in his career. That was to break up a no-hitter in the 9th inning earlier this year, I believe, against Samsung. And the 0-1 pitch to the leadoff batter. Sets up on the outside once again. And misses in the dirt inside, and it's 1-1. And the 1-1 rolled over. First baseman Wisdom picks it up, steps on the bag himself, and that will be 3 away. 1, 2, 3 go the LG Twins as they're trying to get this game done. We'll go to the 7th inning. It's 6-0. LG. We'll get into the LG bullpen now. Ground ball. Nah. All right, Zakia's going to have their 5, 6, 7 hitters. Nasung Bomb will lead things up. Coming in to pitch. Still waiting on to find out who's coming in to pitch. Obviously, we're going to have some sort of new pitcher, unless they're going to send him out there with 95 pitches, which is nothing unheard of for a KBO manager. Bum, bum, bum. Still waiting. It still says Tolhurst is out there, but I cannot believe that he would come back out with 95 pitches. No. Lee Jung-yong out on the mound now. Lee Jung-yong, Lee Jung-yong. 5.28 ERA, 33 games, 6 wins, 1 loss, 1 save, 7 holds in 29 innings, 21 strikeouts, 12 walks, and a old whip of just above 1. He'll face Nasung Bomb to lead things off. As the first pitch is fouled away, and it's 0-1. Nasung Bomb 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out in his first at-bat, and then popped up to the shortstop in his second. Yeah, that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-2. Yeah, no 2 pitch. Rolled over, but it's foul. Check the ball boy skills. No, we're not going to get to check the ball boy skills. He was setting up for the backhand. He backpedaled it a little bit, didn't charge that ball. Like to see a little bit more aggressive play by the ball boy down there on the first base line, but Nasung Bomb calls time. And the 0-2 is going to be a jumping play by the second baseman. That's 2 straight at-bats, leadoff at-bats with a jumping catch by the second baseman. 1 away. Kim Sun-bin jumped to take away a single from Chaewon Young to lead off the top of the inning and or the bottom of the 6th, and then just there, Shin Min Jae jumps to take away a single by Nasung Bomb. Wisdom looks at just strike 1 down at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball right at the shortstop. Grabs it, spins around on his knees, throws to first, and that's 2 away. That was a hard hit ball. The Ojiwan over at shortstop grabbed the ball, but as he was grabbing it, it was hit so hard it spun him around on his knee. Perfect positioning. Easily was able to get back up to his knees or get back up to his feet, pump and then throw, and Wisdom still hasn't touched first base. Osanu steps in now, 0 for 2 on the day. Looks it's a strike 1 that just got a stitch on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Osanu, 3-1 ground out back into the second inning and struck out looking to start the fifth inning. Yeah, and the 0-1 pitch in the dirts. 1-1. All the home teams have scored at least 6 runs today. The away teams are struggling to score except for Kium, who has put up 10 runs. Fouled away there. Whoops, wrong side. Oh, that's makes it 1-2. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Another 1-2 swing and a miss, and that'll end this inning as a 1-2-3 go the Kia Kitties. We'll go to the bottom of the seventh. It's all LG. Be the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for the old LG Tweens. We'll see if they keep the same pitcher out there, or if they decide to go to a new pitcher to finish off this seventh inning. I have Moon Sung Ju, Austin Dean, and Moonbo Gyung coming up in the bottom as, again, LG 6 hits, 6 runs because of 6 walks. In the first inning, they scored 2 runs, a single and then a walk. Both of those ended up coming around to score after they walked the bases loaded. Then in the third inning, a leadoff walk and another walk. Both of those runs ended up coming around to score. And then in the fifth inning, a leadoff walk also ended up coming around to score. Actually, the leadoff walk didn't. Kim Hyun Soo ended up coming around. All right, so bottom of the seventh here. Looks like Kim Hyun Soo out on the mound now for Kia. All right, here we go. First pitch to Moon Sung Ju just catches the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Kim Hyun Soo, a 193 ERA on the season, 13 games, 14 innings, 10 walks, 10 strikeouts to 12 walks, and the ugliest socks in the baseball game. Misses way up high there. Looks like we have a new catcher also. Ju Hyo Song apparently back behind the plates. Yeah, and here comes the 2-1 pitch. Yeah, and he almost hits him, and it's 3-1. Moon Sung Ju, 0 for 2 on the day. Walked in the first at bats, came around to score. Also a fly out to right and a fly out to left, and that is fouled away. Runs the count full, 3-2. And 3-2 sets up right down the middle, right at the belts, and he throws it low. Ball 4. And once again, the leadoff batter is on base for LG. This is proven to be the issue for Kia. Again, they now have 7 walks on the day, but only 6 hits. Yet, so they have 6 runs. Austin Dean will step in now. In leadoff batters, is Moon Sung Ju will come out. So they'll have a pinch runner here, get somebody a little bit better on the base pass and a little bit better on defense. Give up the offense for an extra run here. I'll let you know as soon as I find out who's running. It's Austin Dean, ding, ding, ding. Looks at strike 1. Let's see, Pakwanu is pinch running. And that misses up high, 1-1. Austin Dean doesn't have an official at-bat yet. He's walked in the first inning, came around, and then walked in the third inning, and then walked in the fifth inning. 3 walks and a 1 run scored for Mr. Ding, 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 ding. And another 1-1 in the dirts. 2-1. Ding, 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 ding. And the 2-1 pitch sets up right down the middle and throws it into the dirt. It gets away, and he is going to run over and dive into second base. Oh, no, the wild pitch, and it also runs the count to 3-1. Did you tell him you're listening to the greatest game on the baseball ever? You tell him you're listening to people in Korea speak English? All right, Park Won-woo over there at the second base now. Kim Hyun-soo already walked 1, in danger of walking Austin Dean here for the 4th time today. As a 3-1 is going to be right up the middle is where he sets up. And he fouls it into the leg of the catcher, and it runs the count full, 3-2. Second full count of the day for Austin. The 7th full count of the day for LG. Somebody's getting some quality screen time for LG's cheer squad. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. And that is going to be a ground ball. Hard hit to the shortstop. Makes the play. The throw to first in time. And that's 1 away. He almost sailed it once again. Hit hard, but a great play by Park Chan-ho over its shorts. Retires the first batter, or the first out. Moon Bo-kyung will step in now. Moon Bo-kyung 0 for 2 on the day, 4.63 double play with the bases loaded in his first at-bats. A walk and a run scored in his second, and then struck out in his third at-bats. A ball 1 there, and it's 1-0. I just want the next at-bats is all I'm asking for. That runs inside at 2-0. Have a Kim Hyun-soo versus Kim Hyun-soo matchup. Another 2-0 pitch sets up right at the thighs once again in the dirts, though, and it's 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch sets up on the outside. And he lifts that one, but it will get out of play in a souvenir over there on the third base side for one lucky fan. The 3-1 pitch sets up on the outside, just below the belt this time, and misses inside, but a swing and a miss, and now it's 3-2. Another full count. Kim Hyun Soo has had 3 batters and 3 full counts now. They're closed on Sundays. It's the second Sunday of the month, so they don't have them. As that's misses, and that's going to be your ball 4. Second walk of the day for Kim Hyun Soo. Second walk of the day for Moonbo Gyung. No! No! We're having a pinch hitter? Or maybe we'll have a... Please, no. I think we have a pinch runner. Yeah, we have a pinch runner. Gubon Hyuk over there taking over. No, we have a pinch hitter. I've been waiting all day for Kim Hyun Soo versus Kim Hyun Soo. Don't they care about my feelings? All right, Gubon Hyuk takes over on first base. I don't even want to stream the rest of this. Robbing me of my one pleasure of the evening. As pitch is lifted up, right fielder comes running in. Nasang Bomb under it, makes the catch, and it's 2 away. That's what happens when you don't pay attention to the true intricacies of the game. And that brings up OG Wan. Absolutely unbelievable that they would pinch hit Kim Hyun Soo when Kim Hyun Soo is on the mound. All right, OG Wan. First pitch goes down. A shortstop is under it in the dirt. Maybe. And makes the catch. A couple walks, but they don't get anybody in because they pinch hit Kim Hyun Soo, therefore creating the Kim Hyun Soo curse. We'll go to the 8th inning. It's 6-0. LG. It's real, the Kim Hyun Soo curse. I'm calling it now, ladies and gentlemen. I am calling it now. Maybe that's it's probably the same rule category that you have to bunt when you have a runner on first and nobody out. not in the official rule, but they still go with it. Oh, eight to nine hitters coming in, or coming up, I should say. Ju Hyun Song will get his first at bat of the day. Out on the mound, we'll have a new pitcher for LG. The old ham duck, ladies and gentlemen. Ham duck Ju. So that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. So Pakwanu stays over in right field. Ubonyuk goes over, stays in there at third base. At least the manager is making it a little easier on me. Way outside there, though. And it's 1-1. Old ham duck. One of the best names in the KBO, really. As that's fouled away, and it's 1-2. Suddenly, all Korean relievers have the these American or these Western names. As the 1-2 misses outside at 2-2. Ju Hyo Song, first at bat of the day, hitting a 0 on the season. And the 2-2 is lifted up. Center fielder Pak Min under it, and that's one away. Good to see LG and Kia coming together to make sure that we rush this game along. Kim Do Young will step in. He is one of the 2 hits that Kia has had on the day. He had a single back in the 5th inning and a stolen base. Kia has 2 stolen bases and 2 hits. That's misses up high, 1-0. Hanwha about to tie it up. And now the 1-0 catches the outside corner, 1-1. All right, the 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside just above the knees and misses low. 2-1. Yam duck. But it'll score a run. Maybe. Swing and a miss there, 2-2. Noshiwan could hit it so softly or so hard that they can look Liberato back over at third to throw to first and get the double play. Yeah, another 2-2 pitch misses way up high, 3-2. Another full count on the day for Kia. They have not been very good with them, though. We do have 1 walk, but 2 ground outs, a fly out, and 2 strikeouts. As the 3-2 swing and a miss at the high fastball. Once again, Stefan asked a question earlier. I said what it was. And once again, the KBO proven me to be the smartest manager in the league that doesn't have a job. Creepy men and just filming nothing but cheerleaders. As 2 outs now. Yoon Dong Hyun or Yoon Do Hyun steps in. 1 for 3 on the day. He had a double back in the third inning. 1 for 3 on the day. 301 on the average. And fouled away. 0-2. Oh, that was so bad, man. Just ground into a double play or just sacrifices the 0-2 pitch way up high. 1-2. How many runs have they scored now on wild pitches and pass balls? As the 1-2 pitch misses outside at 2-2. Hanwha fan, Kim So Hyun fan, back in the old Kia section. And that is going to be a ground ball. Third baseman Gubon Hyuk picks it up, throws across the diamond, and another 1-2-3 inning for Kia. As we go to the bottom of the eighth, it's a 6-0 LG. It's 10 straights retired since Kim Oh-young's single. Looks like NC ends up beating Doosan 6-0. Samsung wins against KT 6-2. Bottom of the lineup coming up for LG 7, 8, 9. NC hanging on to their playoff life as they are doing their best to come back and take over at the bottom of the lineup for next week. NC, they're going to have SSG. They're going to have 3 games against SSG, 1 against Samsung, 1 against Lotte, and 1 against Kia. So a huge week for NC next week. If they want to be able to make the playoffs, they are going to have a chance next week to get some games back and possibly move up into that spot. Pak Dong-wan will lead things off here for LG. Lee Do-hyun out on the mound. In 2 games, a 10.8 ERA for the reliever. And a Hansung take back behind the mound, or behind the plates. And first pitch, he goes around, and it's 0-1. Pak Dong-wan 0 for 3 on the day. And fouls that one away. Just bounces in, but Wisdom not able to make the play. And it's 0-2. Pak Dong-wan on the day. struck out looking in his first at bats, popped up to the shortstop in his second at bats, and then struck out in his third at bats. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Just misses up high, and it's 1-2. I have a feeling Pak Dong-won will move down another spot in the lineup if Hong Chang-gi comes back, as that is going to be in fair territory over the jumping third baseman. Pak Dong-won is going to round first, head into second base, and he is on base with a leadoff double, and I wonder if that will be the end of his day. Yep, looks like that's it for him as he will head on off. Little girl looking, making sure it's okay to cheer. Young Bin out on the making this difficult. He is going to not catch, which means I'm going to have to make some changes. But Chaewon Young looks at ball one on the outside, and it's 1-0. And this sets up on the outside once again. Misses up high, though, and it's 2-0. Chaewon Young 0 for 1 on the day, lined out to the jumping Kim Sun Bin to lead off the sixth inning. And the 2-0 misses up high, and now it's 3-0. Another 3-0 misses way up high and walks him. 4 pitches, 4 balls, 1 runner. Now you've got Pak Min stepping in. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Throwing off his heel. And this is way outside. Ball 5. Yeah, another 1-0 in there for a strike. And finally, you get to put a strike on the board. Pak Min popped up in foul territory to the shortstop in his first at bats, and 2 strikeouts after that. Yeah, another 1-1 misses way up and outside again, and it's 2-1. Yeah, the 2-1 pitch sets up just above the thighs once again, and misses on the curveball, and it's 3-1. So very well could be the end of his day. And the 3-1 is popped up, but will get out of play. Runs the count to 3-2. Another full count for him. Second full count of the day for Pak Min. Had one in his last at bat that he struck out on. It's like he is going to have to stay in there. And the 3-2 pitch. That is going to be a soft little bloop over the shortstop's head. Young Ben is going to head over to third base. He had to wait, make sure that it got down, and that will be bases loaded with nobody out for the third time today, ladies and gentlemen. The third time today. That flips the lineup up to Shinmin J over at second base. Or the second baseman, sorry. Just off the handle and gets just into the grass over the shortstop who was running back to try to make the play. Shinmin J steps in 0 for 2 for 4 on the day. Led off the game or led off the LG offense with a single and a run scored, a single and then a pitch that's way outside, barely even showed up on the K zone. Huh? Nah. Hemmed up. I wish I could put I wish I could put symbols. My old ham duck. All right, so Shinmin J. So that's going to be a single right back up the middle, and one run is going to come in. Another run on the board for LG with the RBI single from Shinmin J. We'll have ourselves a pitching change. Right back up the middle. Oh, might as well check in on that other game. As Kia trying to hold on to the lead. They went back up 10-7, but now it's a 10-8 because nobody on that team can seem to throw the ball to the catcher. But have no worries. One of the best hitters in the history of the KBO is up. EJ Wan with runners on first and third, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Iho Min will come in to pitch for Kia. Na, 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 na. So Ito Hyun, with his ERA of over 10, comes in and isn't able to get an out before he puts the first 4 guys he sees on base. Stefan, is EJ Wan going to hit a go-ahead 3-run shot here? Aquanu getting his, and he hits him. Well, one pitch, one hit batter, 1 run. That brings up Austin Dean as the Kia fans are heading towards the field or to the exits. Gonna get out of the parking lot before all the LG fans as that one misses inside, and it's 1-0. Austin Dean 0 for 1 on the day. 3 walks, a run scored, and a 6-3 groundouts. This game is still not over just because Kia's bullpen is so bad. 1-0 in the dirts, and it's 2-0. Loads the bases for Mr. Grand Slam himself. Both Hanwha and LG have the bases loaded in their at bat with 8 runs on the board already. And the 2-0 swing and a miss, 2-1. Is there 2 outs, Kiwi? Important if there's 2 outs. Mr. 2-out RBI as Austin Dean lifts that one to right. That's going to be trouble. It's going to drop down in front of the right fielder. And 1 run is in, 2 runs are in, and Austin Dean with a 2 RBI single puts LG up 10-0. Austin Dean hanging out on first base. Gubonyuk stepping up. He'll get his first at bat of the day as Che Young-woo looks on. That's what is absolutely happening. Still nobody outs. Austin Dean is out. Gubonyuk again getting his first at bats. That is fouled away. 0-1. He's like, oh, you scored? Well, thanks for the extra RBI. And the 0-1 pitch rolled foul, and it's 0-2. No, Lee Ju-hun will take over, and then he'll take over back behind the plates. Lee Young-bin will probably take over at third, leaving Gubonyuk. But that is going to be lined into left field, and again, the bases are loaded with nobody out. This is getting ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. And out comes the old pitching coach. He'll make another pitching change. No pitching change. Surprising here. Chun Sang-ho, 0 for 1 on the day. He flew out to right field just last inning. And that's ball 1. And the 1-0 swing and a miss. It's ball 2. 1-1. Chun Sang-ho 0 for 1. Flew out to right field in his only at bats. Pinch hitting for Kim Hyun Soo due to the new rule that's two Kim Hyun Soos can't be on the field at once, as that misses low, and it's 2-1. Hanwha unable to get any more runs. As going into the 7th inning, down 10-8. Another 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at ball 4, and it's 2-2. Two pitch sets up on the outside. And that is going to be a ground ball through the right side, and more runs are scoring. 1 run is in. And another RBI single. This is just getting bad now. And that misses up high, 1-1. And he holds up 2-1. Oji Wan ended last inning with a fly out to shorts, 2 for 4 on the day. A strikeout, 2 RBI, a single, a RBI double, a fly out, and this is his last at bat of that's way outside, and it's 3-1. He is the only at bat or only player that has not hit yet in this inning. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. Sets up at the waist. Swing and a miss at ball 4, and it's now 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch rolled over. First baseman is going to grab it to take it himself. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, is 1 away. But once again, another run scores. Let's see. All right, runners now on second and third for Lee Young Bin. Lee Young Bin actually pinch ran for Pak Dong Won after Pak Dong Won led off the inning with a double. And another 1-0 misses low, 2-0. I thought LG, Kia, and I were in agreement that we were going to hurry this game along, but that's in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. LG apparently forgot to speed up this inning. As here we go, the 2-1 pitch sets up on the inside, and he almost hits him. 3-1 now. Does have a base open. Another 3-1. Just catches the outside upper corner and runs the count full. And the 3-2 pitch. That's going to be a single up the middle. One run is going to come in. Are they going to bring in the seconds? They do. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be a 2 RBI single. It is now 14-0. Full counts of 2 RBIs. All right, so Kim Jun-tae, ground ball through the right side. First hit for the LG twin, and good Lord. This is ridiculous. All right. Park Min, he had a single back in who knows what inning. Oh, this inning, that's right. The 1-0 is outside. It's 2-0. 27 pitches now for Iho Min. And the 2-0 outside, a 3-0. And the 3-0 in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 3-1. 1 out. They've already sent. This is the what? This is the 12th batter to come up to the plates, and it just catches the inside corner. 3-2. He did a single on a full count earlier this inning. That loaded the bases the first time. 3-2 count. And that time is called by Park Min. This game may not finish before the Hanwha El Kium game. A swing and a miss. 2 away. Why are they showing this? She left like 30 minutes ago. James Nail looking on, thinking, man. And that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman throws to first. And thankfully, this is finally over. But we'll go to the 9th inning. Kia has a chance because it's not over yet. It is not over yet. Yeah, so there's a lot of changes that are going to come up. I am not going to bother just because by the time I finish them, the game might just be over. Yeah. Woof. That was painful to watch. You know, it's what's crazy is, like 8 runs there in that inning, just nonstop back to 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 back hits. Scored 8. The difference is going into the inning, it was already 6-0. If this was, if the game was like, 10-3 or 10-2, and suddenly they're scoring 8s, the energy, the excitement, and the stadium has a completely different feel versus you're up by 6 and then you score 8 more when they only have 3 outs remaining. But well, they still got a chance. They'll have the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for this final inning. Pak Chan-ho, 0 for 1 on the day. He walked and stole a base back in the first, and he was hit by a pitch in the third. Again, LG is retired the last 10 batters since Kia even had a hit. As that first pitch is lined to center field, and that's 1 away. We do have a new pitcher. I will change that to Yu Young Chan. Oh, a 250 ERA, 34 games, 21 saves. I love it. Bringing in the closer with a 14-run lead. Bringing in the closer with a 14-run lead. That's misses outside, 1-0. Kim Gyu Sung pinch hitting here for Nasung or Kim Sung Bin. Fouls that one away as I'm trying to get the rest of this change. Yeah, now that's in there for a strike. 1-2 now. Yeah, and a swing and a miss. 2 away. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. That brings up a Che Hung Un. And I have a pinch hitter here. Not Che Hung Woo. Looks at ball one. Park Jae Hyun, no. 103 on the season. That misses low. 1-1. Nope. Apparently it's 2-0. That one is fouled away. 2-1. They changed the ball counts on the scoreboard, so I'm just trying to match that. 10 walks. And another 2-1 is fouled away. 2-2. All right, let's finish this game. Most important pitch of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Swing and a miss in the dirts. Throw over to first base, and that's will be the end of the game. And that is an absolute beatdown. Oh my lord! Ouch. 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 So Yang Hyung Jong continues his struggles with LG. Came into the game with a 491 in 4 games against them, 0 and 1 on the season against LG. It did not get any better. Uh, 2 innings, 2+ innings, 67 pitches, 33 for strikes, so 5 hits, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts, 5 runs, all of them earned. Ran into problems to starts, and it never got any better. It started off the inning, the bottom of the first, Shin Min Jae a single, then a walk to Moon Sung Ju, and then a walk to Austin Dean, a 4-6-3 double play from Moon Bo Kyung, scored a run, and that was all LG needed. They added another run on an RBI single from Kim Hyun Soo. Then into the third inning, a walk, and a single, and all of a sudden, once again for the second time on the game, they've got the bases loaded with nobody outs. A single scores 2 from OG Wan, and then a sacrifice fly from Hong Chang Gi scores another one. And at that point, it's a 5-0. Then they do score another run in the 5th inning, a walk by Austin Dean. He was thrown out on a 4-6 ground ball from Kim Hyun Soo. But a double by OG Wan scored to Kim Hyun Soo from first, and that was run number 6. And then the 8th, well, the 8th had a lot. Leadoff double by Pak Dong Wan. He comes out, so we're a pinch hitter. Then a walk by Chae Wan Young. Then a single from Park Hae-min on a full count. Loads the bases with nobody else once again. And then an RBI single from Shin Min Jae. Then a hit by pitch from Park Kwon-woo. Scores another one. And then Austin Dean with a single scores 2 more. And then a single by Gu Bon Hyuk, who had taken over for Moon Bo Kyung. Ends up scoring and then coming around to score a run. Chun Sung Ho, who pinch hit for Kim Hyun Soo, has an RBI single, comes around to score. OG Wan, ground ball that scores a run, and then Lee Young Bin, who actually pinch ran for Pak Dong Wan, has a 2 RBI single. And then Kim Jun Tae, who pinch hits for Chae Wan Young, who already walked and scored in the inning, ends up getting a single. Park Hae-min strikes out, and then finally Shin Min Jae ends the beating with a 4-3 ground out. So LG gets a huge win. They have not played well. That's only their 2nd win of this week, and they need it big as Hanwha is hanging on, trying to make the comeback as Kiwoom's up 10-8 as Hanwha's got a runner on first in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out. But LG with a big win there guarantees that they're gonna keep at least a 3-game lead. Yes, it's 2.5, but it's 3 games in the win column, which is a huge thing. So a big win for them. Tolhurst pitched really well. Only gave up 2 hits, 2 walks in 6 innings, 95 pitches, 61 for 61 for strikes, 5 strikeouts. Obviously, no runs, no earned, all of that good stuff. Luckily, LG did bring in the closer with a 14-run lead in the 9th inning to secure the save, or to secure the game. Obviously, not a save, but yeah, LG a huge win. Elsewhere around the league, NC wins 6-0 against Doosan, keeping their playoff hopes really alive. Samsung wins 6-2 against KT, which means that they're separated by just 1 game. NC is slowly climbing back up. They'll have a huge week next week, as they're going to play the teams that are ahead of them. They play 3 games against SSG. They play against Kia. They play against Lotte and Samsung next week. So huge week for NC coming up. Hanwha, again, they will play tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a rare Monday game. Hanwha and Kiwoom will play their makeup game from Friday that was rained out. Jung Ho-ju getting his first starts as he was the second pick in the draft last year. He was getting his first starts this year. He will be facing Alcantara most likely for Kium. Don't know why he wouldn't start. He started this week on Tuesday, so he would get the starts for Kium, which is not a guaranteed win for Hanwha by any means, because Alcantara is a very, very good pitcher since coming back to the KBO. So LG really needed this win. Next week, LG, they got KT, a day off, and then they've got Samsung and a day off. So 3 games against KT and 1 game against Samsung. Having 4 games next week is going to be huge, because the next weekend of the 27th and 28th, they do have that 2 games series against Hanwha in the 3 game series against Hanwha. So huge for them to try to get a couple extra games before they have to face Hanwha. They obviously want at least a 5 game lead going into that series against Hanwha, because that will be the end of the season for their last matchup before the next week, where Hanwha is going to have to play LG on the last day of the season. So Hanwha still down 10-8. So they're in the top of the 8th now. But LG, a huge win here. The still not clearing up anywhere after Hanwha in the playoffs. It is still absolutely completely bunched up. You're talking between 3rd and 8th. You're looking at about 5 to 6 games with 2 weeks left to play in the league. Kia does have the most games left to play. Kia and NC, who are sitting there in 7th and 8th, so they have plenty of time to make up some games. It's going to be LG and Hanwha. Obviously, they're going to be in the playoffs. Hanwha would need a miracle collapse, as they've have 2 games left before they can actually secure a playoff spots, or maybe it's just 1 game left of a magic number. Statistically, I think it's possible, but I don't think it will happen. But thank you guys for tuning in again. I will be back most likely next Saturday. I have some things going on that I may have to leave town again. I don't know when I would be back. But thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back next weekend for sure. Don't know if it will be on Saturday and Sunday or just Sunday. Just a reminder that if I'm not back next week on Sunday, games start at 2:00 again. So Saturdays still be 5:00. Sundays will be 2:00 until October. Then they move to 2:00 on all of the Sunday games. But thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys next week. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you, Kiwi. Thank you, Arpo, and whoever else might be lingering in the background. I will see you guys next week. Until next time.